Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'm about to fight a 1,500-point battle between my Guard and Andrew's Grey Knights. So the story that we've got going on here is that this planet had found itself under the throes of a demonic incursion. So the Grey Knights were sent in along with the Guard to bravely fight for the Emperor and the Imperium to push back the denizens of the warp. After a long, protracted battle, they managed to do so, closing up the rift and banishing all of the demons from this planet. When the Grey Knights approached the Guard to congratulate them on their heroic work and to congratulate them on the success, they also said that there can be no witnesses and began to purge the surviving members of the Astra Militarum on this planet at the behest of the Inquisition, to preserve the fact that any of them may have been influenced by the demons, and they could not allow for that information to go out into the wider Imperium and scare the people of the humanity's worlds. The Guard did not take kindly to this, obviously, and decided to fight back as opposed to just roll over and die, thinking that they must have been under some kind of sway of demonic forces themselves if they wanted to kill loyal servants of the Emperor. So that is the story. We are going to be playing a Maelstrom mission from Chapter Approved 2019. We are going to be playing the critical objective mission. Essentially, it's just a regular Maelstrom mission. So there are 6 objectives on the table. We have constructed a deck of 18 objective cards each for ourselves, and from those cards we will draw normally. But at the beginning of each turn, before we add any more active objectives, we can take an objective that we've already scored and shuffle it back into our deck. So say we have, one of mine is kill a Psyker. I have plenty of Psykers that I could kill in my opponent's army. So if I score that, I can try to score it again by putting it back into my deck. Or if my opponent gets a big game hunter, I have plenty of big games to hunt. He can shuffle that back into his deck. Or if he has the one that's cast psychic power, that's a little easy one for him to score. He can score it and he can shuffle it back into his deck because it is a priority objective for the forces, which is kind of cool. So a nice little twist on it. That's what a lot of the Maelstrom missions from Chapter Approved really do. They just add these like tiny little twists on a basic Maelstrom, and it makes it fun. So that is the story. That is the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Imperial Guard, I'll be running 2 battalion detachments. Leading off the first detachment, we have a tank commander with a battle cannon, las cannon, and 2 multi-meltas, and we have a company commander. We have 3 10-man infantry squads with grenade launchers in each. We have a 3-vehicle armored sentinel squad with las cannons. We have 2 Lehman Russ Annihilators with twin las cannon and 3 heavy bolters each. And we have a Wyvern. For the 2nd Battalion Detachment, we have a company commander and a Tempestus Prime. We have 3 infantry squads. 2 of the squads have mortars. 1 of the squads has a flamer, and 2 of the squads have grenade launchers. We have a 4-man Tempestus Command Squad with 3 plasma guns and a hotshot las gun. We have 2 heavy weapons teams, all of them with mortars. And last but not least, we have a Manticore. And for the Grey Knights, he'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have a Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight with a Gatling silencer and a heavy side cannon, and Grandmaster Voldus. We have a 5-man Grey Knight Terminator squad with falchions and 1 side cannon. We have 2 strike squads, 1 5-man with falchions, and 1 6-man with halberds and 1 side cannon. We have a 5-man purgation squad with side cannons. We have an apothecary and a Doomglaive dreadnought. And last but not least, we have a 9-man paladin squad with halberds, and 2 of them have swords and side cannons. All right, so going over deployment now. I've got a heavy weapons squad over here, along with my other heavy weapons squad. I've got an infantry squad up on the objective here. I've got my 2 annihilators, along with my tank commander back behind them. We have a 10-man squad of infantry here with a grenade launcher. 10-man squad of infantry with a grenade launcher over here. We have the three sentinel squad over here. Infantry squad back over here. infantry squad here, infantry squad here, and then we have the Wyvern and the Manticore back over here. I have my Tempestor Prime and my Tempestus Command Squad in Deep Strike. Going to deployment for the Grey Knights here, we have the 6-man squad of Strike Squad over here. We have the which ones those ones? The Purgation Squad over there, and we have Voldus over here. We then have the other Strike Squad in the building up top here, along with the Terminator Squad and his Dreadnought over here. And in Deep Strike, he's keeping the Dread Knight, the Grandmaster Dread Knight, along with the Apothecary and the Paladin Squad. So, as of right now, the Astra Militarum will be going first, unless my opponent can seize the initiative, looking for a 6. No 6 there, so we will come back to you after movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 1. So the cards for the Astra Militarum here on turn 1, I got Death from Afar. Score a victory point if a unit that was wholly within their deployment zone at the start of the turn was destroyed by a unit wholly within your deployment zone during this turn. Then I got Overwhelming Firepower. Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed during the shooting phase in your turn. 3 or more enemies destroyed during your shooting phase, score D3. And then Hammer of the Emperor. Score 1 victory point if you destroyed an enemy unit that was controlling an objective marker at the start of the turn. Pretty good. We'll see which ones we can get. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum. My 2 heavy weapon squads stayed still, as did my infantry squad here. My 3 Leman Russes, including the tank commander, all stayed still. My armored sentinel squad here stayed still. These guys just moved up. This infantry squad stayed still. This infantry squad stayed still. My Manticore and my Wyvern stayed still. This squad advanced, as did my company commander behind them. So that's going to be it for the movement phase for the Astra Militarum. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. So at the beginning of the shooting phase, I gave orders. He gave himself the order to reroll 1s to hit. He gave each of these 2 squads reroll 1s to hit, and then he gave them the order to move, and gave himself the order move. Both of them advancing up into the corner there. So that is going to be it for the movement phase, for the orders part of this phase. We'll come back to you with more shooting. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, we're going to start with my armored sentinel squad here. I chose for I ended up spending 1 CP on Strike First, Strike Hard, which is a new stratagem from the Psychic Awakening the Greater Good book for Guard here. It allows an armored sentinel or scout sentinel squad at the first shooting phase to reroll to get +2 to hit when they shoot in the shooting phase. So they are going to fire into the Terminator squad over there. They're going to have 3 shots. It's going to be +2 to the hits, but he is on Tide of Shadows for his for what is it, the Tides of the Warp, which is -1 to hit to units that are on terrain, and everyone gains the ability for cover. So we're gonna have 3 shots here. They're gonna be hitting on, would be hitting on 4s, then +2 to hit becomes hitting on 2s, -1 to hit because of Tide of Shadows, down to 3s to hit, but still better than 4s to hit. So here we go, or 5s to hit, I guess would have been with that. So looking for 3s to hit with the 3 las cannons. That's going to be all hits there. And then these are going to be strength 9, so looking for 2s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -3, +1 because of cover. So that is going to be looking for 4 up saves. Failing 2 of them. So the first one does 5 damage, that kills a guy, and 2 damage, which kills a guy as well. All right, so now my tank commander is going to fire into them as well. I have elected to have his detachment be the Emperor's Tank Fist Emperor's Fist Tank Company from Vigil's detachment, and I gave him the relic for the relic battle cannon there, so he is going to be firing into them. He's going to have the last cannon and the relic battle cannon firing into them. So we're going to do the relic battle cannon first. He did not move, so he has grinding advance. So we're going to have 2d6 shots over here. So that's going to be a total of 6 shots. All right, so he would be hitting on 3s, but -1 because of the Tide of Shadows. So it's going to be hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s because of the order that he gave himself. All right, so that's going to be 3 hits. These are going to be strength 8, so looking for 2s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -2, +1 because they are in cover, so 3 up saves. Making them all. And then his last cannon shot. That will not be a hit. All right, so now this Annihilator is going to fire everything into the Terminators as well. We're going to go with the twin las cannons, hitting on 5s because he's -1 to hit. That is going to be no hits for that. And then we've got his 3 heavy bolters firing here. That is going to be 1 hit. Oh boy. Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. That is a wound. AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. 2 up. He's good. Next one's going to do the exact same thing into them. So that one's cocked. That is going to be 1 hit. That was a 4 there. Looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound with a fill face. AP -3, so looking for a 4 up save because of cover. He's good. And here come the heavy bolters. Getting better than his friend over there. So it's going to be 3 hits. And then wounding on 3s. That's going to be all wounds there. AP -1, +1 to cover, so 2 up saves. 3 of them. Failing 1 of them. So now my Manticore here is going to fire into that Turbinator squad. I want them dead. So it's going to be heavy 2d6 shots. Going to get 9 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s again because of -1 to hit. That's pretty good. I'll take that. Statistical. And then these are going to be strength 10, so 2s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -2, so it's going to be 3 up saves. Oh, fails all 3 of them. So it's going to be D3 damage. So the first one will just kill the guy who had 1 wound left. Then the second one is going to do 2 damage and kill a guy. And the third one doing 2 damage and killing a guy, which I believe is the unit, correct? That wipes the squad, and that will be first strike. All right, so now my Wyvern is going to fire into the 6-man strike squad. I spent 1 CP to give him an additional tank ace ability, because I also gave, instead of a warlord trait, I gave my tank commander, I gave him the +2+ armor save as his tank ace ability, and I spent 1 CP to give him the tank ace ability, which is it's called full ammo or something like that. Basically allows him to reroll any and all of the shots for the randomly determined number of shots that he takes. So he's going to be firing these into his 6-man strike squad over there. So it's going to be, I'm going to reroll all of these, which is great. Glad I spent that 1 CP for the tank ace ability. Much better there, except for that one. But still, so that's going to be 14 shots he's going to get. All right, these will still be hitting, though, on 5s because of the fact that he has the Tide of Shadows going on. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So about statistical, not bad. I'll take that. And then these are going to be strength 4, so looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 4 wounds at AP nothing, so they have a 2 up save with cover. And he makes them all. All right, so my mortar from this squad, and my 2 heavy weapons mortars teams are going to fire into his strike squad up there. So we're just going to do it all together because I got a feeling this is not going to be able to kill them all. So we're going to do 8d6 shots. So it's going to be 10, 22 shots. 22 shots. He's going to be hitting on 5s because of the Tide of Shadows. Get back to you with that. All right, did really well there. These are going to be wounding on 4s. All right. Yeah, these guys came to fight. All right, so we've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds there. These are going to be AP nothing, so he's going to have 2 up saves because of cover here. And he fails 2 of them, so 2 of them will be dead. And now this squad here is going to fire into that same strike squad. So we're going to go with the grenade launcher first. That is not a hit because of Tide of Shadows. And then we have an additional 8 shots with las guns that are going to be coming up over here. Rerolling the 1s because of the order. Getting 1 hit. And no wound. And then we got 3 las guns here that can see that strike squad over there. Okay, 2 hits. No wounds. All right, so that's going to be it for the Astra Militarum here on turn 1. No leadership tests need to be taken, but I did score death from afar because I killed that unit that was in his deployment zone from my deployment zone, and then I got overwhelming firepower by killing that 1 unit there. So bringing me to a score of 3 because of first strike. So we'll come back to you after with the cards drawn for the Grey Knights here on turn 1. All right, cards drawn for the Grey Knights here on turn 1, sorry. My opponent drew Psychic Communion, score 1 victory point if successfully manifest at least 3 psychic powers during their turn. If successfully manifest 6 or more psychic powers your turn, score D3. He's got secure objective 3, which I'm currently sitting on in my deployment zone. And then he got priority orders received and drew no prisoners, so his warlord has to kill someone in the fight phase. But he is in deep strike right now, so it's kind of hard for him to do that this turn. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Grey Knights here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Grey Knights. His strike squad stayed up in the building over here, but his dreadnought moved out around the corner to get some line of sight. Over here, his purgation squad stayed back over here in cover, but the strike squad's moving up, looking to possibly charge up into my guard, who are on the other side of this wall over here. And then Voldis came up behind them. Everything else has to stay in deep strike right now. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. So first things first, the strike squad's going to cast Sanctuary onto themselves. Looking for a 6-up. No, does not go off. Oh, 1 second. With Brotherhood of Psychers, that actually does go off there with a 6. And it's cast onto the Dreadnought down over here. And he's going to cast Gate of Infinity onto himself, looking for a 6. That does go off there. And that's where he ends up over on this side, looking on my Wyvern and my Manticore. Voldis is going to cast Armored, Resilience onto the strike squad here. That's one of the powers from the new the Ritual of the Damned book that they've got going on here. So this is going to be looking for a warp charge, what? 6. So, and 6, it will go off. So they are going to have, what is it, a plus?
Subtract 1 from the wound roll.
Subtract 1 from wound rolls against them, which is pretty good. Now he's going to cast Imperium Domination on a warp charge of 7. He'll get a command point. And on a 10, he'll get it. And then they're going to cast Astral Aim onto themselves over here, allowing them to ignore line of sight. That is going to go off with a 7, maybe?
It goes off. Yeah,
oh, that's because it's plus 1 on a 5, so yeah, so they're good to go. All right, so we're going to start with, in the shooting phase, his strike squad here. Going to fire into my infantry squad up over here. All of them within 24 inches. So we're going to have 12 shots coming in over here. Because they're not in 12 inches for double tap. Oh, and the side cannon is going to be something separate. So, so we're going to go. So it's a 10 shots, and then we'll do the side cannon as well. So these are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Voldis over there, and there's another one right there. All right, not bad. And then these are going to be strength 4, so looking for 3s to wound. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for 4-up saves since they are in cover over there. Making them all! Woo! And now the side cannon will be hitting on 4s because he moved with a heavy weapon. So that's re-rolling 1s, right? Alrighty. So that's going to be 2 hits. Strength 7, so 2s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP minus 1 plus 1 because they're in cover. 5-up saves. Failing them both. And now Voldis is going to fire his into here. He gets double shots because of being a Terminator. So for Bolter Discipline, so that's going to be 4 hits. These are wounded on 3s. That's going to be 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves. Make 1, fail 1. And then the Purgation squad on the other side of this wall, because they have Astral Aim, are going to fire into this squad over here. So we're going to have a total of 16 shots. There's 4 shots each from those. These are going to be hitting on 3s because they did not move. Rerolling 1s because Voldis is right over there. Come back to that. Rerolling those 3 1s. Not bad at all. These are going to be wounding on 2s. Yeah, 3s are good. He didn't move. These are going to be wounding on 2s because it's strength 7. All right, we'll come back to that. So that's going to be 12 wounds at AP minus 1, plus 1 because they're in cover. 5-up saves. I failed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they are wiped. And that will be first strike. And the strike squad here is going to fire into my squad over here. They did not move, so they get full double tap here. Looking for 12 shots, looking for 3s. That is going to be 2 misses. Don't get to reroll 1s. Oh, 3 misses. Don't get to reroll 1s because Voldis ain't over there. Wounded on 3s for these guys. All right, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds there. These are going to be 5 ups because they are out of cover. Making 2 of them, so 3 are dead. All right, so now his Dreadnought here is going to fire his Stormbolter shots into my infantry squad here, and the heavy side cannon into my Manticore. So we're going to go with the Stormbolter shots first. All right, well, he's getting 3 hits on here. And then 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds. 2 4-ups because they are in cover. Making one, failing one. And now the heavy side cannon is going to be firing, hitting on 3s though because he is because he moved. So into my the Manticore over here. So hitting on 3s. That is going to be all but one hit. These are strength 7. Tough. 1 second. All right, tough 7. So looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds there. AP -1. So looking for 4 up saves. Making 1, failing 2. What's the damage? 2 damage apiece. So that's going to be 4 damage. All right, so that's going to be it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his strike squad is going to charge into my infantry squad here. Cannot see him to overwatch, so he is going to be needing a 6-inch charge to get in. Makes it with a 7. And now Voldus is going to charge in. He needs an 8-inch charge to get in. That is not going to be enough to get in. All right, so now his Dreadnought here is going to charge into my Manticore. I am going to fire Overwatch. I'm going to fire one of the missiles and then the heavy bolter. I might choose my own regiment tactics. So what I did was I have them having jury rig vehicles, which at the beginning of my turn, any vehicles that have taken wounds, I roll a d6 on a 2 through 4. I get back 1 wound, and on a 5 or 6, I get back D3 wounds, which is pretty cool. And then I also chose combined auspex, which means that if a vehicle with the with the regiment is is within 3 inches of another vehicle with the regiment, they get to fire Overwatch on 5 pluses. So he is going to be firing on 5 pluses. We'll go with one of the missiles first. So it's going to be heavy 2d6 shots. So that's going to be 10 shots coming in here. So we have 10 shots here hitting on 5s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, which is pretty good. These are going to be strength 10, so wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1 wound there. That's going to be AP -2, so it's going to be to 5 up save, I believe. Oh, but he's got Sanctuary, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be a 5 up regardless here. And he makes it, and then we've got the heavy bolter here. Looking for 5s, getting nothing there. So he needs a 9-inch charge to get in over here. Will not make it with that. Do you want to spend a CP to reroll? You're going to spend a CP to reroll it. Looking for a 5? No, he does not make it. So that is where he's at. All right, so now his strike squad is going to attack in the fight phase. He has the one guy with the side cannon. He doesn't have any AP on this one, so he's going to have 2 attacks because of what is it called? Shock assault. So both of those hit. These are going to be strength 4, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, 5 up saves. Make 1, fail 1. And now the Justicar and the other guys with the halberds are going to attack into them. These are going to be 11 attacks hitting on 3s. Alrighty, getting a couple misses in there. Well, this is not in range, and there's another 2 there. All right, and these are going to be strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds, so that is going to be 3 dead guys because it's AP enough. -2, so that's still enough to kill my guys. So now my guys are going to attack into them as well. I've got 8 attacks total. I've got 6 guys down there, including my sergeant who has 2 attacks base plus his chainsword. These are going to be hitting on 4s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. It's exactly statistical. And now would be wounding on 5s because they're strength 3, toughness 4. But he had, what is it called again? It was armored resilience, which is -1 to the wound rolls. So we're looking for 6s, showing them fill faces. Getting 1 fill face. We've got a 3-up save to make here. And he's good with that 6. All right, so that's going to be it for the Grey Knight's turn here. I have some leadership tests to take here. These guys lost 4, so 4 plus 1 is 5. They are good to go. And these guys here lost 3, so 3 plus 1 is 4. They are good to go as well. So that is going to be it for the Grey Knight's turn here. He did score the Psychic Communion card there. Did you want to get rid of any? Oh, yeah. How many did you get off? I think you got 6, right? One off. 2 off.
4, 5,
6. Yeah, he got 6. So he actually got D3 victory points for that one, which is pretty great. Rolling a 3 on that one. Ooh, real good there. So bringing his total to 4 as well. So we are going to be tied at 4 points apiece, which is, oh, no, I only got 3. I only got 2 Yeah, I got 2 plus the 1. I got 3. My opponent got 4, including first strike there. So after turn 1, Grey Knights are leading 4-3 with a pretty good turn there. So did you want to get rid of any of the other cards? He might get rid of his cards. He's going to get rid of hold objective 3 because I've got it back in my deployment zone, so that's a pretty good call there. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Astra Militarum here on turn 2. All right, so at the beginning of my turn, I shuffled back overwhelming firepower back into my objectives because I feel like that's a good one for me to get. And then I drew, and I still had Hammer of the Emperor before, so then I got troops on the ground, score D3 victory points if you control 3 to 5 objective markers with infantry units. If you control all 6 objective markers with infantry units, score D3 plus 3. And then I got Witch Hunter, so kill a Psyker, which is pretty much everything that he's got there. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the guard here on turn 1. All of these guys stayed still, so infantry stayed still. The 2 heavy weapons squads stayed still. These guys moved up half their range. He moved up 5 inches, so half. These guys stood still. These guys stood still where they were. These guys stayed still on the objective here. They stayed still or moved slightly a bit around on the objective here. He, because of taking the jury rig vehicles, rolled a 6 and then rolled a 5, so he got back 3 wounds, so he's back up to 10. But they stayed still, as did the Wyvern here. And these guys fell back out of combat with his squad there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so movement phase at the beginning here. He gave himself the order to reroll 1s to hit. He gave them the order to reroll 1s to hit. And then he gave them the order to get back in the fight so that they can shoot. So that's the orders. Then going into the shooting phase, I'm going to fire with him into his dreadnought over here. I'm going to fire all of his weapon into them. I'm also going to spend 2 CP for Hail of Fire, which is one of the new stratagems from the Psychic Awakening book. It allows him to choose a Leman Russ vehicle, and when firing against a vehicle, an enemy vehicle, you, instead of rolling the type of weapon, so the D6s for his battle cannons are just maximum value. So he will be firing that twice. So he's going to fire into him with the special battle cannon that he's got there. So it's going to be a total of 12 shots. Because he's not in terrain, he is not -1 to hit. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s to hit because of the order that he gave himself. Oh, not meant to be. So that is going to be a whole bunch of hits here, though. And these are going to be strength 8, so looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds here at AP -2, which would take him, but he does get the benefit of cover, so it's going to be a total of 6 4-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are 3 damage apiece, so he is going to be dead. Does he explode? We're going to find out. He's actually can ignore wounds on a 6-up here. Only gets 2 of them, so he is still going to be dead. Does he explode, though? Does not. So now my Wyvern is going to fire into his strike squad over here. They are not fully on terrain over there, so they are not -1 to hit. So let's find the number of shots he's going to get. I'm going to reroll that 2 and the 3 because of my ability, because of his tank case ability. That's going to be into that, which is pretty good. So that's going to be 10, 19 shots. So 19 shots hitting on 4s because they're not -1 to hit. Oh, buddy. That is not great. 4. 4 hits. Looking for 4s to wound. Getting 3 wounds. With fill faces, that means nothing, though. 2-up saves, though, because he does get the benefit of cover because of Tide of Shadows, so he is good to go. All right, so now my mortar squad from here, the 2 from here that can reach, and then the 1 in here are going to fire into him. We're going to just do them all together. So these are going to be 4d6 shots. So that's going to be 10, 16 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s. That's much better than their Wyvern friend over there. And then these are going to be wounding on 4s. Oop. So that's going to be 1, 2, 4, 6, 8 saves here. 2-ups, though, because they are 2-up saves because they do get the benefit of cover yet again. So that is going to be 1 guy dead. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. And he's good to go. And then this squad here is going to fire into the strike squad. Hitting on 5s because of the -1 to hit since they're in cover. That is a wound, AP -3, +1 because they're in cover, so it's looking for 5 up save. No, one dead guy. Actually forgot to fire this other, the other mortar over here, and I'm gonna fire it with the other 3 guys from this squad here into his strike squad. So that's going to be a 15. Hitting on 5s because they are -1 to hit. So that is still better than the Wyvern did without the -1 to hit. Wounded on 4s, that is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds over there. 2 up saves because they are in cover. Failing 1. And then this Annihilator is going to fire into him over there. Do the last cannons first. That is going to be no hits because he's -1 to hit. And then we've got the heavy bolters that are going to be actually hitting on, these are going to be hitting on 6s, because -1 because of moving, the sponsored weapons don't get the benefit that the other one does, and -1 because of their being -1. So 6s, getting 2 hits with the heavy bolter. That's 2 wounds, AP -1 +1, so 3 up saves. Just 2 of them.
Just 2?
Yeah. Making them both. The other one's going to do the same thing with the last cannons, getting 1 hit. That is a wound, AP -3, so looking for a 4 up save, 5 up save. No, does not make it. He is dead. And then my Manticore is going to fire into these strike squad over here. So heavy 2d6 shots. That is going to be 7 shots. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll this one. Okay, back into a 2. Sounds good there. So these are going to be hitting on, not -1, so hitting on 4s. All right, 2 hits. Man, these guys over here are not great. Wounding on 2s though. 3s. That's right. Wounding on 3s because of the psychic powers he's got on him over there. So that's going to be 2 wounds at AP -2. So it's going to be looking for. They do get the cover, so looking for 4 up saves. Making 1. So 1 guy is dead. All right, so that's going to be it for the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 2. No leadership tests need to be taken, but I did score Witch Hunter by killing a psychic unit at the Psyker, and then I also scored troops on the ground, having 3 objectives, my 3 back objectives held by infantry squads. So I get D3 victory points. 3 for that one, for a total of 4 points, which is pretty good there. And I'm going to get rid of Hammer for the Emperor, just because he doesn't seem to be on many objectives. So that's going to be it for the Astra Militarum here on turn 2. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Grey Knights on turn 2. All right, so my opponent still has the priority orders received. He got behind enemy lines. Seems to be in my deployment zone, and then he got supremacy, holding 3 objectives. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. Movement phase for the Grey Knights here on turn 2. His strike squad here came through the wall, Kool-Aid Man in through it there. Oh yeah! Trailing 1 guy back over here so he could see into Voldus, who moved up along with the Purgation squad over on this side. Then from Deep Strike, in came his other forces here. So we've got the Grandmaster Dread Knight over here, along with the 9-man Paladin squad. And my opponent spent 1 CP for Dynamic Insertion, which is one of the new rules, one of the new stratagems from, what's it called? Ritual of the Damned book that they have there, and it allows them to deep strike outside of 3 inches from the enemy unit. So he deep struck his Apothecary over here. Going to be doing Apothecary funness over here with all his fancy abilities. So he dropped in over here, looking on all of these guys over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, start of the psychic phase. Voldus is going to cast Armored Resilience onto his Purgation squad over here. That will go off on an 8. And then Imperium Domination to get back a CP. On a 7, it goes off. And then he's going to cast Warp Shaping to change the tide of the warp here. And he gets it with a 7, so he's going to be changing it to the tide of Convergence, which basically soups up all of his side weapons. And then my opponent's going to cast, what is it called? Gate of Infinity onto his Purgation squad over there. That's going to go off on a 6. That is going to go off on a 6 there. And they dropped in over here into this building, looking onto my poor tanks. And now my opponent's going to spend 1 CP on Powerful Adept onto him, which is from Ritual of the Damned as well, giving him plus 6 inches to all of his psychic powers. And now he's going to cast Inner Fire onto my squad over here. That is going to go off on a 10.
On a 10.
So what happens now is that went off on an 11 because he has +1 to the test there. So it went off on an 11. He gets to roll a d6 for every warp charge that it went off on. So 11 d6 here. Every 1 that he rolls, he takes a mortal wound. Every 3+ that he rolls, I take a mortal wound. He's also got the ability with the Field of Pain on him to try to like make his way through this. But this is gonna be fun. So here we go. So we got 11 dice here. Every 1 is bad for him. Every 3+ is real bad for me. So here we go. So he did take 1 himself, but then he did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mortal wounds onto me here. Yeah, that squad is just kaput. And he's got a 5 up Field of Pain. Oh, but he doesn't make it, so he just takes 1. They're going to put Astral Aim onto themselves. That will not go off on a 4, I don't think. My bad, it is going to go off because they get +1 for Brotherhood of Psychers, and it is a 5 to go off, so it goes off. And then he's going to try to cast Sanctuary onto himself over here. So rolling 2d6, looking for, what are you looking for this one? 6. So a 5 on the dice. Yeah, he goes off. And then they're going to cast Hammer Hand onto themselves over here. That is going to go off with a 11. And then he's going to Smite, which will go into my Lehman Russ over here. That will go off. So just does 1 mortal wound because he doesn't have that Tide of Traitors. Oh, the Tide of Traitors. I keep saying that. It's the Tide of the Warp over there. Freudian slips.
So we got 16.
All right, so now this squad up here is going to fire their side cannons into my tank commander back over here. So they are in the Tide of Convergence now, which means that their side cannons are going to be Strength 8, AP -1, but 3 damage apiece because it increases the strength and the damage for psi weapons, which is pretty good. So we're going to have 16 shots here, hitting on 4s because they moved. All right, we'll come back to that. And these are going to be Strength 8, so looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds onto my guys over here. Right? Did I get that right? Okay, right? Yeah. Yeah, onto him over here. So he has, I gave him the Tank Ace ability for a 2-up armor save. So it's going to be AP -1, so it's going to be 3-up armor saves. Failed 2 of them, which means he takes 6 damage. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll one of those. Oh, into a 1. Oh, I got a t-shirt for that. And then he's got his Stormbolter shots from over here. So he's outside of 12 inches, so it's going to be the 2 shots here. These are going to be, again, hitting on 3s. All right. Getting 1 hit, and then Strength 4, so looking for a 6. Oh, it does go off. So that's going to be 2-up armor save. There we go, with a fail face. Woo!
So we'll do the
all right, so now his Grandmaster here is going to fire his heavy side cannon into my Lehman Russ over here, and he's going to fire his the silencer, into my his Gatling silencer into my guard over here. So we're going to do with which one first? Silencer first. So these are going to be hitting on 2s, 3s, re-rolling 1s though because of himself. All right, so that is going to be all hits, which is really good there. These are going to be Strength 6.
They're going to be Strength 4.
Oh, Strength 4. So looking for 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 wounds. What is the damage of this? No AP. So that's going to be 8 4-ups. 1 second. So the reason his stuff doesn't get affected by the tide is it's only infantry and he is a vehicle. So so now it's going to be 8 saves here. These are going to be looking for not 2-ups. I wish. 4-up saves. Because they are in cover. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So 3 guys are dead. D3 each, but they're dead. And then the 6 side cannon shots into here, hitting on 3s because he moved. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 hits. And these are going to be Strength. What are these? Strength
7.
7. So no wounds there. All right. So when he targeted over here, he is going to use Bring It Down, or not Bring It Down? Is it Bring Down the Beast? Which is one of the. Is that one of the new ones? Or, yeah, one of the new stratagems from Ritual of the Damned, which essentially allows every other Grey Knight unit that attacks into him to reroll the wound rolls into him. And now he is going to shoot into it with all of his guys over here. He's going to spend 2 CP on Psybolt ammunition to give the Stormbolters. They're giving them +1 strength and +1 AP on that, and then he's also, because he gives that stratagem to them, they are now affected by the tide of the warp, which gives them an additional +1 strength and an additional damage. So now those Stormbolters are going to be strength 6, AP -1, 2 damage. And the side cannons are going to be strength 8, AP -1, 3 damage. So firing into here, re-rolling all wound rolls into it. So it's going to be brutal. So we're going to go with the 2 side cannons first. So it's going to be 8 shots. These are going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. All right, re-rolling 1s, but there's no 1s there. But whew, man, that is real good. These are going to be strength 8, so looking for 4s to wound. That is going to be, but re-rolling the wound roll. So you've got 2 wounds so far. Re-rolling because of bring down the beast. Oh, another 4 into there, so that's going to be real good. So that's going to be 6 wounds. These are going to be AP -1, so looking for 4 up saves. I make 1, 2 of those, so that is going to be 3 damage apiece, 12 damage. He's dead. That's nuts. That is nuts. All right, here we go. Does he blow up? No, he does not. All right, so now his strike squad over here is going to fire into my infantry squad back over here. So we're going to go with the, there's 3 storm bolters and a side cannon that are on this side of the wall. So we're going to go with the storm bolters first. Hitting on 3s, so that's going to be re-rolling 1s because of Voldus over there. There we go, so that's going to be 1 miss. We've got 5 looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds here. AP nothing, so looking for 4 up saves. Making 1, failing 2. And now the side cannon is going to fire. Hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s because of Voldus. All right, so that's going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 2 wounds, AP -1, 5 ups. Make 1. Oh, AP -2. So it's 6 ups. Yeah, 6 ups. So still made 1 of them, failed 1. All right, so now into the assault phase now. The strike squad is going to charge into my infantry squad. We've got 4 las guns that are going to fire. The sergeant's going to throw a crack grenade, and then the grenade launcher is going to fire a crack grenade. So here we go with the las gun shots here, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. No wound on that. Then we've got the crack grenade thrown. That is not going to be a hit, and the crack grenade shot is not going to hit. So their charge distance. Oh, look, totally in. And now Voldus is going to charge into them as well. 9-inch charge to get in. Won't make it with an 8. JK, he's actually 8 inches away. He's needed an 8-inch charge, so he actually did make it in. So now the Paladins are going to charge into my Leman Russ Annihilator and into the guard squad here. So we're going to go with the Annihilator first. So we're going to have 2 shots with the twin las cannon, hitting on 5s because of combined aspects with our regimental abilities there. Getting 1 hit, wounding on a toughness 4 or 5? Tough 4? 4. So looking for a 2 to wound. That is a wound. AP -3 on them, so that's going to be looking for a 5 up save. Does not make it. So D6 damage, 3 damage. That's going to kill one of those dude bros there. And then we've got the heavy bolters. 9 shots with the heavy bolters on 5s. So that's going to be 2 hits. That is 1 wound, AP -1, so a 3 up save. Good to go. And then from the infantry squad here, we're going to go with the mortar first. It's going to have 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 6s. 1 hit there. Looking for a 4 to wound. Nope, no wound there. Then we've got the crack grenade from the grenade launcher. It's not going to hit. Las pistol shot from the sergeant, not going to hit. And then we have 4 shots from the 2 las gun guys I can see. Getting 1 hit. Not a wound though. So now there's charge distance. He needs a 9-inch charge to get into both squads. That's going to be a 6 and a
11.
Yeah. 6 and a 5 and 11 inches. They are going to be in. And now his Grandmaster is going to charge into my tank over here. No Overwatch because he's engaged in combat. Not on a 3. But his Warlord trait lets him re-roll the charge. Into a 6, which is still not enough.
To be hitting on.
All right, so these guys now are going to attack. We're going to have 4 guys into my Leman Russ here, and 4 guys into the infantry squad. So we're going to go with the ones into here first. We're going to go with the Justicar first. He's got 4 attacks with shock assault. These are going to be hitting on 2s. So being paladins, that's going to be all hits.
Nice.
Strength
5.
Strength 5, toughness 8 would be 5s to wound, but because of hammer hand, +1 to wound, so it's going to be 4s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds over here.
AP -2.
AP -2.
AP -2. Yeah, AP minus 2.
Well, yeah, AP minus 2 on these. So these are going to be looking for 5-up saves. I make 1 of those, so 2 go through. So that's going to be 2d3 damage, doing 1, 2, 3 damage to him. And now we got the 2 other halberds that are going to be going in over here, hitting on 3s. Alrighty. And then these are going to be looking for, with the halberds again, because of hammerhand, looking for 4s to wound. That's going to be 1, 2 wounds there, and AP minus 2, so looking for 5-up saves. Make 1, fail 1, so D3 damage. 1 damage. And then the one guy with the sword that's in there, he's going to be hitting here on 3s as well. That's going to be all hits. And these are going to be looking for 5s to wound because it would be strength 4 to 6s. So that's going to be 1, 2 wounds there. Hammerhand really helped him there. AP minus 3 though, so these are going to be 6-up saves. Make 1, fail 1, D3 damage. 3 damage, killer. Alrighty, so now these guys are gonna, the 4 guys over here are gonna attack. There's 1 sword and 3 halberds, but we're gonna roll them all together because it doesn't make a difference here. Hitting on 3s. And then these are gonna be wounding on 2s because of hammerhand. Alright, that is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So regardless, even if he rolls 1s for all of them, that kills everybody. Alright, so now Voldus is gonna attack in over here. He is going to be hitting on 2s. Because he doesn't suffer the penalty for hitting with this heavy weapon here. So these are going to be, hitting on 2s. That is going to be all hits. So that's 6. Strength 8, so looking for 2s to wound. Actually, 2s to kill. So that's going to be all 6 of that squad dead. So now my Leman Russ is going to attack back into his paladins there. That's going to be 3 hits. D3 attacks since he's in his second profile. And they're going to looking for 6s to hit. So I need more of those fill faces. I did get 2. There we go. Strength 7, so 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. So you have 2-up saves. I don't have any AP on these, so he is good to go. All right, so that's going to be it for the Grey Knight's turn here. I do have a leadership test to take on these guys over here. They lost 3 guys. 3 plus 2 is 5. They are good to go. And that is going to be it for the turn. What cards did you score this turn? You did not hold. You hold 1. You hold 1 objective, so you did not get. You're going to get rid of supremacy.
I took.
You do have behind enemy lines because you do have your unit over here in my deployment zone here, and but your warlord did not. Oh, your warlord did kill something in the fight phase. Your warlord. Oh no, the warlord didn't. I was thinking Voldus. I got confused with Voldus. His priority was received was for this guy had to kill something in the fight phase. I know you're gonna get rid of Sanctuary though, right? You're gonna keep rid of. Yeah, gonna get rid of Supremacy, but he did score the behind enemy lines, so he gets 1 point for that. Bringing him up to 5 points to my 7. So we will come back to you with the cards drawn for the guard here on turn 3. All right, so my objectives that I drew was secure objective 6, which is these guys over here. I got chain of command, issue 3 to 5 different orders or tank orders this turn. If you ordered 6 or more, you get D3 instead. And then no prisoners, which is score 1 victory point and the enemy unit was destroyed during your turn. If between 3 to 5 enemy units were destroyed during your turn, score D3 victory points instead. If 6 or more enemy units were destroyed during your turn, score D3 plus 3 victory points. So pretty good. We'll see what happens. So the 6 is over here, though. That's going to be tough for me to get, but we'll see what happens. All right, so that's going to be it for cards. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum here on turn 3. Yes, turn 3? Yes, turn 3. My heavy weapon squad here stayed still, as did my tank commander. He healed himself up 3 wounds, so he's back up to 9. He healed himself back up 2 wounds, so he's back up to 6. And then he fell back out of combat over here. These guys, my armored sentinels stood still. These guys advanced up, as did my company commander next to them. My infantry squad here stayed still. This infantry squad stayed still. My company commander fell back and then advanced, or didn't fall back. He just advanced back over this way, running away from those scary, scary dude bros over there. And then my wyvern and my manticore stayed still. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so we do have some orders. He is going to give himself the order to Gunner's Kill on sight, rerolling 1s to hit. My Tempest is, oh, I didn't even know if I showed you this on the movement phase. He dropped in at the end of it. So I've got my command squad here, and I've got my my Tempest Prime came down behind here more than 9 inches away from his dude bro over here. So he is going to give them, the Tempest command squad, the take aim, rerolling 1s to hit. Then over here, he gave them the order to forward for the Emperor, allow them to shoot even though they advance. And then he's going to give himself the order to move, getting him up there. And then my dude bro over here is going to give them the order for first rank fire, second rank fire, and he's going to give himself the order to bring it down, rerolling 1s to wound, reroll 1s to wound, allowing me to do 6 different orders, which I needed for my objective that I showed you. So that's pretty cool. So that's going to be it for the orders. We'll come back to you with the actual shooting. All right, we're going to start with the command squad here, firing into his Grandmaster Knight over here, Dread Knight. I'm going to supercharge with the plasma here, so we're going to start with the first guy over here, shooting into him, hitting on a 3. That's going to be 2 hits. Next one, hitting on a 3. That's 2 hits, and the third one, hitting. That's all going to be all hits with the plasma guns there. These are going to be strength 8, so looking for toughness 6, so 3s to wound. Alrighty, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 at AP -3. He does have Sanctuary going, so that's going to be looking for 3 up invul save because he's got a base 4. Failing 2 of them, so he will take 4 damage. And then the hotshot las-gun is going to hit, but not going to wound. My 3 las-guns from them are going to fire into his Dread Knight over here. So it's going to be 3 shots hitting on 4s. That's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 3s. It's going to be 1 wound, AP -3, so 3 up invul. He's good. All right, so now my tank commander is going to fire. I'm going to spend 2 CP on Hail of Fire, making his main gun fire all of his shots, because that's going to be targeting into his Grandmaster back there. And then the multi-melta and the las cannon are going to be firing into his paladins over here. So we're going to go with the main gun first. So it's going to be a total of 12 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because he's not -1 to hit. Rerolling 1s because of his own order. All right, that's pretty good. So it's 11 hits. These are going to be strength 8. So they're looking for strength 8. So looking for whatchamacallit, 3s to wound. Okie dokie. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at AP -2. So we have 8 3-up saves.
No grandfather's blessing for you, sir.
All right, 8 3-ups. And he fails 2 of them, taking 6 damage.
I'm going to CP.
Gonna spend a CP on one of those, and he makes it, so he just takes the 3 damage. And then the multi-melta is going to fire into them over there. That's going to be 1 hit. That is a wound, AP -4, so they're going to have their 5-up invul save.
How many?
1, just 1. 5-up invul save. Does make it with a 6. And the las cannon, that's not going to hit. And now my Wyvern is going to fire into his strike squad with everything. I am going to spend 1 CP on direct onslaught, which is another stratagem from the new Psychic Awakening book. It allows them to get +1 to hit on units that he can see. So he's going to see them and get +1 to hit into that there. So it's going to be 4 D6 shots. I'm going to re-roll that 3 into a 6, so that's going to be 20 shots. All right, so these are now going to be hitting on 3s because of the +1 to hit. All righty. That was pretty good spent CP there. And then these are going to be looking for 4s to wound. Re-rolling. I keep forgetting about this re-roll on this because of shred. I did. I forgot many times like an idiot. That's like the whole reason to take them. Oops. Alrighty, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 2-up saves, though, because of the fact that they are in cover over here. So here we go. Failing 2 of them. 3 of them. 3 of them there. So that's going to be 3 dead guys. And then the heavy bolter. These are going to hit on 4s because the +1 to hit is only on the mortar there. And then wounding on a 3. No wound. And now this squad's going to fire into them with first rank fire, second rank fire, hitting on 4s. Okay. That's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, 2 up armor save. Oh, he's good. And then a crack grenade. That doesn't hit. So now my Manticore here is going to fire. He's going to put his heavy bolters into the strike squad here. And he's going to fire his last missile into his Grandmaster over there. So it's going to be 2 D6 shots into the Grandmaster there. Heavy 2D6. Rolling 10. That's pretty good. Hitting on 4s. That is real good. I'll take that. So that's going to be 6 hits here. These are now going to be strength 10, so wounding on 3s. That is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at AP -2. So 5 3-up invul saves.
How many damage over there?
D3 damage. Here we go. Fails 2 of them. So we have 2 D3 damage here. 2 D3 damage. That is 6 damage, and that is enough to kill him, giving me Slay the Warlord. And now the heavy bolter is going to fire into over here. That's going to be no hits. And actually, before he's taken off the field, my opponent's going to spend 1 CP for death. Only in death does duty end. The Grey Knights have it for 1 CP, which is nice. And he's going to fire everything into my Tempestus command squad back over here. So we're going to go with the Silencer first. Side cannon, hitting on 4s now because he's in his lowest profile. So it's going to be 3 hits, which is pretty good. Rerolling the 1s because of himself, right? Yeah. Yeah, because he's a Grandmaster.
Yay,
nope. So that's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be strength 7, right? Yeah. So 2s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds. AP -1. That is going to be 3 dead guys. And here comes the Gatling side cannon. Hitting on 4s. Alrighty. Rerolling those 1s because of himself. Okay, getting another hit in there. These are strength 6, right? So
strength 4.
Strength 4, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds at AP.
No AP.
No AP, so 2 4-up saves. Oh, he dies. All right, and now this squad's going to fire since they got the order to forwards for the Emperor to allow them to shoot even though they advance. The grenade launcher and 1 guy you can see are going to fire into the Purgation squad, and then everyone else is going to fire into the Paladins over here. So we're going to do the grenade launcher first. That's a hit. That is a wound. AP -1. AP -1. +1 because they're in cover, so 3-up save.
On them?
Yeah, onto the Purgation squad.
It was +1 to wound them too.
Yeah, -1 to wound. I got a 4, so on a strength 6. Oh no, he does not count as dead, but he does fail the wound, so 1 guy is dead. And then the las gun firing into him over there. That's going to be 1 hit. On a 6, it does wound. Because I needed a 6. 2-up save, yes. Good to go. And then 4 las gun shots into the Paladin squad. That is going to be 3 hits. Pretty good there. 5s to wound. That's going to be 1 wound, 2-up save on them. He's good. And now my heavy weapons squad here is going to fire. I'm going to spend 1 CP on concentrated fire from the new The Greater Good book. It allows a heavy weapons squad to choose a target, and they have to fire all their shots into him. And I'm going to fire into his dude bros back over there. What if I do? I get +1 to hit and +1 to wound with the heavy weapons that I shoot him with. So I'm going to do the mortars first. So these are going to be D6 shots each. So that's going to be 11, 12, 13 shots. These are going to be hitting on 3s because they're +1 to hit with the stratagem. So that's not bad. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s because of strength 4, toughness 4, +1, but they're -1 to wound because of resilient armor resilience. So 4s to wound. Ooh, pretty good. Miss off on 1 of them because of that. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. 2-up saves though because of the fact that they are in cover there. Makes them all. And then 2 las gun shots because why not? Okay, that's why not. And now my infantry squad here is going to fire into his strike squad. We're going to go with the mortar first. That's going to be 1 shot. Does get a hit though. Does not wound. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 las gun shots that are going to be coming in over here. Hitting on 4s. Okie dokie. And then wounding on 5s. That's going to be 1 wound, 2-up save, on the strike squad over here. He's good. And that is the end of the Astra Militarum turn here on turn 3. I did score Chain of Command, and I got 6 different orders that I gave out with all my guys there. So he is going to, I'm going to get D3 victory points for that, 2 victory points for that. And I did kill 1 unit with the no prisoners, and I'm going to get rid of Secure Objective 6 because that's going to be very hard to clear off over here. So that's going to be it for the Astra Militarum turn. We will come back to you with the cards drawn for the Grey Knights here on turn 3. All right, the cards for my opponent here. He's got Secure Objective 2 and Secure Objective 6. 6 he's on there with his Paladins. 2 he can get to with his Strike Squad and Voldus over there, which is good. And then he still has the priority is received. Unfortunately, I think he's going to get rid of it at the end of his turn because his Warlord is dead and cannot score it. So he couldn't score. Unfortunately, he couldn't score it even though he murked that 1 unit before he went away. The only reason being because no prisoner specifies destroyed during your turn. So he doesn't get it on my turn. So that's going to be it for the cards drawn. We'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Grey Knights here on turn 3. His Apothecary moved up over here. These guys kind of shuffled around to get some range. They stayed still over there. The heavy weapons guys over here stayed still. And then over here, these guys moved up towards them over here. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. And at the end of the movement phase, his Apothecary brought back these guys, one guy over here with 1 wound left. So starting off, these guys are going to cast Hammerhand on themselves over here. That will go off with an 8. And now he is going to smite into my guys over here. That is not, oh, it is going to go off because it's +1, so they take 1 wound. These guys are going to cast Astral Aim on themselves. That will go off. Voldus is going to do Imperium Domination to get back get a CP. That will go off on a 10. He's going to cast Armored Resilience onto the Strike Squad over here. That will not go off on a 5? I don't think so.
6.
Needs a 6, so that does not go off. And now he is going to try to change the tide of the warp here. So he needs a, 5 to go off, I think? Yep, needs a 5. That will go off with a 5 or a 6 because of his +1 there. And he's going to change it to the Tide of Fury, which allows them to reroll 1s on to wound with Nemesis weapons. All right, so now into the shooting phase here. These guys here, his Purgation Squad, are going to fire into my Armored Sentinel Squad over here. I'm going to spend 1 CP for Deft Maneuvering, which is another stratagem from the Psychic Awakening book here. It allows me to have the damage done to them rounding up, which is pretty good. So now it's going to be a bunch of side cannon shots over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. And then these are going to be strength 7, so 3s to wound. All right, so they have 7 saves to make, AP -1, so 4 up saves. I managed to make 4 of them, 5 of them. Wow, really good there. So 2 go through. They would be 2 damage, but because of the CP I spent, they become 1 damage, putting 2 damage onto one of my guys. All right, so now his Paladin Squad, the 2 side cannons are going to fire into my Leman Russ, and then all the Storm Bolters are going to fire into these guys over here. So the side cannons, they did not move, so they're hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 3 hits. Strength 7 now, so 5s to wound, getting 1 wound. AP -1, so 4 up save. And I make it. And now the Storm Bolters, there's 5 guys I can see over here, so it's going to be 20 shots hitting on 3s. And then these are going to be wounding on 3s as well. So that's 5 wounds into them, looking for 5 up saves. And I make 3 of them, so 2 more wounds, so he's dead, and then he takes a wound. Now, Voldus is going to fire into my company commander over here. So he's going to have 4 shots. That is going to be all hits. Strength 4, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 4 wounds. We have 3 up saves because he is in cover and he's got Carapace armor. And I make 3 of them. And now the strike squad is going to fire into this infantry squad over here. So here come the Stormbolter shots first. That's going to be 4 hits, looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 2 wounds, 2 4-up saves because they are in cover. Make 1, fail 1. And the side cannon. So he did move, so hitting on 4s. That's going to be 2 hits, wounded on 2s. That's going to be 2 wounds, AP -1, +1 to cover. Yeah, he makes both of them. Woo! All right, so now into the assault phase. This strike squad's going to assault into my infantry squad over here. Got 9 las shots, hitting on 9s, 6s, not on 9s. Hitting on 6s, no hits there, and then a crack grenade does not hit either. So their charge distance is going to make it in. And then Voldus is going to charge into both the guys and the company commander. Company commander is going to throw a crack grenade. Does not hit his charge distance. 2 + 3 is 5. He should be in. Now his apothecary is going to charge into my mortar team. So we're going to fire Overwatch here. We're going to have 9 shots with the mortars. So here we go, 6s. That's going to be 2 hits. That's going to be 1 wound. 2 up save. He's good. And then the las gun shots. No hits there. So now his charge distance will make it on an 8. And now the paladins are going to charge into my tank commander and into my other tank here. So we're going to do the tank commander first. So we're going to have D6 shots from his main weapon. That's going to be 6 shots here. These are going to be hitting on 5s because of the combined Auspex ability there. That's going to be 1 hit. Strength 8, 2s to wound. No, the grind advance only does not work in Overwatch anymore. Oh, man. All right, so now 2 multi-melter shots. 5's a hit, getting 1 hit. That is a wound, AP -4, so 5 up invul. No, that's going to go through in melter range, so... Oh, that's right, it's just going to kill the one guy with the 1 wound over there. And the las gun is going to... Las cannon is going to hit. That is going to wound, AP -3. So looking for a 4 up actually because they are in cover. No, that's going to be, oh no, they're out of cover, so it still would have been a 5 up regardless. So this is going to be D6 damage. On a 4 damage, this kills another paladin. And then he's going to fire with his twin las cannons, 5s. Ooh, no hits there. And then we got the heavy bolters. And then 9 shots from the heavy bolter. That's going to get a bunch of hits, which is pretty good. These are going to be 5 AP, 5 strength 5, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds at AP -1, so 3 up saves.
The other one going into the other unit?
Failing one of them, so one of them takes a wound. And their charge distance is totally in. All right, so into the fight phase now. We're going to start with the paladins. We're going to have the one guy here is Paragon attacking into my Annihilator over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. That is going to be all hits. These are going to be strength, what is it, 5? So would be wounding on 5s, would become 4s because of Hammer Hand. And re-rolling 1s. Re-rolling that 1. 2 1s. So that's going to be 2 wounds. AP -2. So looking for 5 up saves. Failed both of them. So that's going to be enough to kill. Oh no, it's D3 damage. 2 D3 damage. 3, 4 damage. So re-rolling the 1s to wound there was because of the tide of the warp that he had put himself into. So that's what was going on there. All right, so now we got 2 guys with halberds that are attacking in over here. So these guys are hitting on 4s, 3s. 4s, what was I talking about? Re-rolling nothing, right? They got another 1 over there. And then these are going to be looking for 4s to wound again because it would be 5s plus 1 because of Hammer Hand. Re-rolling 1s though because of the tide of the warp. Alrighty, so that is going to be 5 wounds over there. 5 AP -2, so 5 ups. Failed 3 of them, so he is going to be dead regardless. Let's see if he explodes. He does not. And then we got 2 halberds into my tank commander over here, hitting on 3s. So that's going to be all but 1 hit there. And then these are going to be again looking for 4s to wound. Re-rolling 1s, those 2 1s there. Good time to change into the warp there. That was pretty good. So that's going to be 4 there. These are going to be 4 at AP -2. He's got the 2 up armor because of his tank ace ability, so looking for 4 ups. Making 2 of them because of the tank ace ability, so 2 D3 damage. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 damage. And then the 4 sword attacks over here. So he's going to have 4 attacks hitting on 3s. That is going to be 2 hits. And then these are going to be strength 4. So would be wounded on 6s, wounded on 5s now because of that. Re-rolling 1s, but nothing there. So nothing more there. And now his apothecary is going to attack into my dude bros over here. So he's going to have 5 attacks with shock assault. That is going to be all but 1 hit. These are going to be wounding on strength +1, so 3s.
I'm just trying to get it to where you can't overwatch.
And that's going to be 3. AP goes straight through, so the first one just kills this dude, bro, and then the other 2 will kill the other dude, bro. And now his strike squad's going to attack into here, so we got the 3 attacks from the Justicar. That's going to be 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. That's going to be 3 dead guys. And then the regular dude, bro, that's going to be 2 hits. That's going to be 2 wounds. That's going to be no saves. And then Voldus is going to attack into my company commander over here. He's going to have all, except for 1, rerolling 1 because of himself, into a hit. And these are going to be wounded on 2s, killing on 2s. I think he's pretty much, yeah, he did. Oh, we got rolled 2 1s, but still enough to kill him. Now my sergeant's going to attack back into the strike squad. 3 attacks. That's going to be 2 hits. That is going to be 1 wound, 3 up save. Oh, dead guy. D3 attacks for my tank commander. Going to get 3 attacks. Getting no hits though. All right, so that's going to be it for the Grey Knight's turn here. I do have a leadership to take over here. He lost 5 guys from his squad there. 5 plus 1 is 6. He's alive, and he's over here, which is pretty good because it does mean that we are. Ooh, actually, no. I think he does control it because we are contesting over here with the 2. Oh, that is interesting. I don't know how that works because I know that troops take precedence, but if you're tied with troops, do other models do it? We're going to figure this out. We'll figure this out for this objective because I think you did have to hold objective 2, right? Ooh, yeah, we got to figure this one out. We're going to figure this one out before we come back to you with the scores here. All right, so looking over the rules for this, they do have precedence as the 2 of them being troops, but because they're tied, they both have it. He has more models within range over here, so he will control this objective over here, which gives him a point for control objective 2. He also controls objective 6 here with his paladin squad, giving him 2 points there, and he's going to get rid of the target priority because of the fact that his warlord is now dead. So that is going to be it for the movement phase that's going to be it for the turn here for the Grey Knights. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Astra Militarum here on turn 4. So my objectives that I drew, I put back no prisoners because of looking for the tactical, whatever it is, the rules for this mission here, and I actually drew it again, so I got no prisoners, secure objective 5, and overkill. Objective 5 is over here, which I think I could probably get to over there with some deft use of orders, and that's going to be it. And then overkill, I have to kill something with a vehicle, so I think it's possible. We'll see how this all goes. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Astra Militarum. My guy at the beginning of the turn healed himself back up with a D3, got himself up to 8 wounds here, and then he fell back over this way, 10 inches away. These guys stood still over here, my armor sentinels. He advanced onto the objective over there, my Tempester Prime. These guys, this infantry squad moved up to be near the company commander on that objective. These guys moved up to get some line of sight if they need to around over here, except for the mortar, he stood still. And then he stood still back over here, and both of my vehicles over here stood still. He's out of missiles now, so he's basically just a very expensive heavy bolter, and that is about it. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. In the orders phase, he is going to order them to reroll, take aim, so rerolling 1s to hit. And that is going to be all the orders, because he can't give an order to them. It doesn't matter if he gives it to him because he fell back. Can't do anything, and then he's not going to be able to worry about. He's not going to worry about giving himself any orders. So that's going to be it. So we will come back to you with the shooting phase. So first things first, this guy here is going to shoot him with his las pistol. That is not a hit. Yeah. And then this guy here is going to fire. My Manticore is going to fire his heavy bolter into the strike squad guy over here. That's going to be that was cocked. That's going to be 1 hit. That is not going to be a wound. And now my Wyvern here is going to fire. I'm going to spend my last CP on onslaught. What is it? The direct onslaught. And he's going to fire his mortars into these guys, who I can see. And then he's going to fire the heavy bolter into the strike squad guy there. So we'll do the heavy bolter into the strike squad guy. So it's going to be 1 hit. That is going to be a wound at AP -1. So he has a 4-up save because he's just out of cover over there. And no, with a 2, he is dead. And then we have the mortars here. I'm going to reroll this one because of his tank case ability. That is fantastic. So that is going to be 18, 23 shots. So that's 23 shots hitting on 3s because of the stratagem. And these are going to be wounding on 4s, re-rolling. And then wounding on 4s again because of the re-roll. Alrighty. Not great on that re-roll, but still not to be complaining about here. So we have 12 wounds onto those paladins over there. So there's going to be 12 2-up saves. All right, so here goes 12 2-up saves. Failing just the 1. So that guy will take 1 more wound. And now this squad's going to fire. They're going to be re-rolling 1s to hit because of take aim. And they're going to, all but 1 guy can see the squad inside here, and they're going to fire into there. And then the 1 guy who can't is going to fire into them. So we'll do his shot first. That is going to be a hit. That is going to be a wound. 2-up save. Oh, Inception. Nah, he good. And then we have 4 las gun shots. Ooh, that's all hits. I wish I had those for the wounds here. Yep, just like I thought. And a crack grenade. That's not a hit. All right, so now this squad here, everyone's going to fire into Voldus except for the mortar, who's going to fire into them over there. So we'll do the mortar first. Going to get 3 shots. That is going to be 3 hits. There's going to be no wounds. And then the last gun and pistol shots into Voldus over here. That is going to be not bad. Getting no wounds there. And then we've got that flamer that's going to fire in there. Getting 4 hits. That is 1 wound. 2 up, nothing. So 2-up save. Yeah, he good. And then my sentinels here are going to fire their last cannons into the paladins. That's going to be no hits. Oh. And that's going to be it for the Astra Militarum here on turn 4. I managed to get all of my objectives. I got no prisoner for killing the 1 strike squad guy. I got overkill because it was the Wyvern's heavy bolter that killed him. And then I got secure objective 5 because of him back over on the objective back over there. So 3 more points for the Astra Militarum, pretty good. We will come back to you with the objective cards for the Grey Knights here on turn 4. All right, so my opponent drew teleport attack, mission critical objective, rolled a 5 for that one, and then secure objective 4. So teleport attack is score 1 victory point if at least 1 enemy unit was destroyed by a unit in your army. They use the teleport strike, personal teleporters, or warp emergence ability derived in the battlefield this turn, or was the target of the Gate of Infinity psychic power this turn. So cannot get that one. So that is going to be that's not going to be able to get. But then he did get can possibly get 5. Maybe I think it would be tough. And then you got secure objective 4. So we'll come back to you after movement phase. All right, movement phase for the Grey Knights. The Apothecary and these guys moved up over here at the end of the movement phase. He did heal this guy back with 1 wound. These guys dropped down and moved up over here closer towards my Tempestor Prime over there. And then Voldus moved up over here looking at my vehicles. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. All right, psychic phase, we're going to start with the Apothecary smiting into my Leman Russ over here. That is going to go off. These guys are going to cast Hammerhand onto themselves. That will go off with an 8. Yep, goes off there. These guys are going to cast Astral Aim onto themselves. That is going to go off. And then Voldus is going to do Imperial Domination, so get a CP. Looking for a 7. That will not go off. He's going to cast Armored Resilience on himself over here. That will go off. And then he's going to cast Smite, which will be onto my Lone Sergeant over there. That will go off and kill him. Pew. Now into the shooting phase. Voldus is going to start by shooting into my dude bros over here. He's going to have 4 hits there. These are now going to be looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 3 wounds, 3 5-up saves because they are out of cover there. Fail all 3. And then this squad here is going to fire into my infantry squad over there. They're going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. And 2s to wound. That's 11 AP -1, so these are looking for 6-up saves. I mean, none, so they're dead. And now his squad here is going to fire into my into these guys here. So it's going to be of 8 Psy Cannon shots hitting on 4s because they moved. All right, so that's going to be 4 hits. These are going to be strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound against my sentinels. That is going to be 1 wound, AP -1, so 4-up save. He's good. And then the Stormbolter shots are going to be hitting on 3s, and then 5s to wound. We have 4 wounds into them over there, so these are going to be looking for 3-up saves. I failed 2 of them. All right, that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his paladins are going to charge into my tank commander over here. He is within 3 inches of a friendly vehicle with his regiment there, so he's going to be hitting on 5s in this Overwatch. So we're going to go with the main cannon first, D6 shots. It's going to be 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 5s. That's going to get no hits there. Then we've got the 2 multi-meltas. That's going to be 2 hits there. Wounding on 2s. And 1 wound there. So 5 up invul save. No, fails that one. D6 damage in melter range. So yeah, 6 damage. So that just kills that 2 wound guy. And then we got the last cannon shot. No, not going to hit there. So they need a 5-inch charge. Was that what we determined to get in? On that, they are definitely in. And now his Apothecary is going to try to charge in over here. Needs 10 inches to get in. He is not in. And now these guys are going to charge in over here. Overwatch does not hit their charge distance. 7 inches is exactly what he needed to get in. And now Voldis is going to charge into the Manticore over here. Hitting on 5s with the Heavy Bolter. Getting 1 hit. That is a wound. AP -1. He's good, and then his charge distance is totally in. So now Voldis is going to start us off. He's going to consolidate into there, so he touches my guy over here. And these are going to be hitting on 2s into the Manticore over there. That's going to be all hits here. Strength 8, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2 wounds there.
Double check it.
1 second. So he's got those 2 wounds there. AP -3, so looking for 6 up saves. Make neither of those close, but not enough. So it's just flat 3. So he takes 6 damage. And now his strike squad here is, the purgation squad is going to attack into my Tempester Prime. 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's 2 misses there. And then these are going to be strength 4, so 3s to wound. That is going to be all but 1 there, so that's going to be 5 wounds. 5 4-up saves because of Carapace armor. Failing 2 of them. So now the Justicar is going to attack in over here. He's going to have his 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. That is going to be all but 1 hit, or 2 misses, sorry. So it's going to be looking for 4s to wound because of Hammerhand. That's 2 wounds, AP -2, so 4-up saves. Make 1, fail 1, so D3 damage, 2 damage. And now we got the sword attacks coming here, 8 of them. Hitting on 3s, couple misses there. And then these are going to be wounding on, you got 1 over here that rolled away. These are going to be wounding on 5s because of Hammerhand. That is going to be 1 wound at AP -3, so 5-up save. Nope, failed that one, D3 damage. 2 damage. And then we have another 3 with halberds over here that are going to be attacking. They've got 12 attacks. Hitting on 3s. Pretty good. There's another 1 over here. And then these are going to be looking for 4s to wound because of Hammerhand. All right, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wounds over here. Oh, re-rolling 1s because of the... Oh, there's another one there. Wow, that's a lot of 1s. He gets to re-roll there. Oh, no, but no good there. So it's still going to be 5 wounds over here. AP -2. So looking for 4-up saves. Oh, and I failed 4 of them. Nothing I can do is going to save him. So he is dead. Does he explode? On a 6, he does. Yep, D3 mortal wounds. So we're going to go into the paladins first. It's going to get 1 mortal wound, and then into my dude bros over here, doing 2 mortal wounds. So that's going to kill this guy. Does he explode? Oh no, he does 2. So he does 1 mortal wound to units within 3. So his paladins take 1 more mortal wound, and as does his squad here. So he's dead, and he's dead, which gives him Slay the Warlord. So now my armored sentinels are going to attack over here. They got 1 attack each. That is going to be 1 hit. Ballistic weapon skill 4. That is going to be a wound though, strength 5. So you got a 2-up save. No, he's good. Yeah, because they had consolidated into him after the fighting there. So after all the explosions were done, they consolidated in. And then over here, my Wyvern is going to have 1 attack. And then we'll do the 3 from the... I should say, the Manticore has 1 attack, and then 3 from the Wyvern. All going to be hitting on 6s. Nothing there. And now my Tempester Prime is going to attack. Hitting on 3s. That's all hits. Wounding on 5s, though. Getting 2 wounds. 2 3-up saves on these guys over here. Whoop. making them both. All right, so that's going to be it for the Grey Knight's turn here. I do have one leadership test to take over here. 3 + 3 is 6. They are good to go. But that is going to be it for the turn. What does my opponent, what scores, what did you get? So you do control 5. You managed to get up there. And because I controlled at the beginning of the turn, you get D3 victory points, right? Isn't it? So D3 victory points, getting 2 victory points for that one. Teleport attack you do not have, and secure objective 4 you don't have. But I imagine you're just going to get rid of teleport attack. Yeah, so 2 more points from that. And he also scored Slay the Warlord for killing my tank commander. So that's going to be it for the Grey Knights. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Astra Militarum on turn 5. All right, so I drew Kingslayer, Overwhelming Firepower, and Secure Objective 3. Pretty good there. I can Overwhelming Firepower is going to be tough, just because he's basically bad touched every single one of my units, except for like a company commander and 1 unit of guardsmen. So that's going to be it for my cards here. We'll come back to you after movement. Movement phase. First, at the beginning of the turn, he healed back up to full, and he healed back 1. He fell back out of combat over here. He fell back out of combat over here. And they fell back out of combat over here. These guys kind of regathered their forces inside the building over here. He shuffled around behind the corner there, and then he fell back up into the building there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the shooting phase. So we start off, he's going to give the order, get back in the fight and shoot down at these guys over here. Not going to hit. And then over here, just the mortar can fire into these guys over here. That's going to be 3 shots. Getting 1 hit. No wound. All right, so that's going to be the end of my turn. Super easy. So I did get Kingslayer for D3 victory points. Give me 3 victory points with that fill face. And I did secure objective 3. And I'm going to get rid of Overwhelming Firepower because I'm losing my firepower. So we'll come back to you after with the cards for the Grey Knights here on turn 5. And my opponent still has secure objective 4, then got Psychic Communion again. He would put that back into his deck. And then he got Deeds of Legend, so he gets D3 victory points if he kills an enemy character or monster this turn. Pretty good. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Grey Knights. Movement phase for the Grey Knights, his, what are they called again? Purgation Squad moved over this way towards 4. They didn't advance, they just moved. Over here, his Apothecary is moving up with his paladins that are moving up towards my Las Cannon Bros as well. He did heal him back 1 wound at that turn. Then over here, Voldus is moving up towards my Manticore, ready to try to kill him dead. So that is going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. So starting off, Voldus is going to try to get a CP here. And he will on a 7. He's going to give Armored Resilience to himself. That is not going to go off, I don't think, on a 5. And then he's going to smite. And that will go off. And then these guys are going to cast Astral Aim onto themselves. That will go off with an 8. And then these guys are going to cast Hammer Hand onto themselves. That will go off. All right, so now my opponent is going to spend 1 CP on Mental Focus to allow them to cast another power. They're going to do Smite. That's going to go off on a 5. And then my opponent is going to increase, going to spend 1 CP on Powerful Adept onto his Apothecary to increase his range by 6 inches. And now he is going to Smite over here, and that will go off with a 5 because they don't suffer that the -1 continuously. And now his Paladin Squad is going to start us off in the shooting phase by firing everything into my Wyvern. So we'll do the 2 side cannons first. So it's going to be 8 shots. He's going to be hitting on 4s because he moved, getting 3 hits there. And these are going to be strength 7, right? So looking for 4s to wound. That's going to be 1 wound. HP -1. That is a save with a fill face. Woo! And then we got 16 shots from the Storm Bolters, hitting on 3s. And then wounded on 5s. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. 3 wounds over here. 3 3-ups. Failed 2 of them. And Voldus is going to fire into my infantry squad over here. That's going to be all hits. Wounded on 3s. That is going to be 2 wounds. 2 4-up saves because they're in cover. Making 1, failing 1. And then these guys are going to fire into my Tempester Prime because they've got Astral Aim. So it's going to be 16 shots over here. These are going to be hitting on 4s because they moved. And then these are going to be wounding on 2s. 8 4-ups because it's -1/+1. No, he is dead. So now into the assault phase. Voldus is going to charge into my Manticore. I'm going to have 3 shots here with the heavy bolter hitting on 6s because he's not within range for the combined auspex. So that's going to be no hits there. His charge distance is totally it. And now the paladins are going to charge into my into these guys over here. So they're going to be hitting on 5s because of combined aspects. That's going to be 2 hits. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP -3, so 5 ups. Failing both of them. So the first one is going to do 6 damage, which kills the 2 wound guy. And then the second one is going to do 5 damage, which kills a second paladin over here. And their charge distance is totally in. And now Voldus is going to attack into my Manticore over here. 6 attacks. That is going to be all hits. Wounding on 3s. That is going to be 4 wounds there. AP -3, so 4 6-ups. Nope, failed them all. He is definitely, I guess technically, no, it's flat 3. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Does he explode? No, he does not. All right, so now the Justicar is going to attack over here. He's got 4 attacks. He's going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 2s. So it's going to be all hits. Then these are going to be strength +1. Would be wounding on 5s, but it does now wounding on 4s because of Hammerhand. Re-rolling 1s because of the warp there. So that's going to be 3 that go through. AP -3, right? So 6-up saves. Make none of them. So the first one, we have to do it one at a time. So the first one does 2 damage. And then the second one does 1 damage. And then the third one will kill that guy. Does he explode? He does not. And now here comes their, these are the ones with the swords. So hitting on 3s. So that's going to be 4 hits. Strength 4 would be wounded on 5s, wounded on 4s now. Because of Hammerhand. That's going to be 2 wounds at AP -3. Oh, reroll that 1 because of Nemesis weapon. There we go, 3 wounds, 6s. Making none of them. So these are going to be looking for D3 damage apiece. There's only one guy left there, so 3, 2, and then 1 is going to kill him over there. Does he explode? He does not. All right, so that's going to be it for the Grey Knight's turn here on turn 5. My opponent got Psychic Communion, rolled and got 2 points for that, and then got Deed of Legend because of killing the vehicle there. So he gets, what's up? Killing the character. I'm sorry, killing the character or a monster. So he killed the character, giving him D3 and got 2 for that. So giving him 4 points this turn, which is pretty good. So we will now roll to see if the game's over because this is the end of turn 5. So my opponent will roll a D6, and on a 3+, we will continue on to the next round. No, on a 2, it is over. So we'll come back to you with the score. All right, so we counted up the scores, and at the end of the game there, my opponent got Linebreaker, bringing him up to 15 points, and I got Linebreaker with my dude bro back over there, bringing me up to 18 points. So a victory for the Astra Militarum. This game was a ton of fun. A lot of back and forth. I think in the early rounds, I got a lot of good cards, which is, I mean, the benefit of having the ability to keep it down to the 18 cards in your deck. You can really try to get yourself some extra points. And I was able to cycle through, which was great. I got some luck there, getting some of the ones that were easy for me to put back into my deck because of this specific objective, this specific mission, and got me those points, which is great. So it was a great time, and it was really awesome to see all of the different abilities that both the Grey Knights and the Astra Militarum now have with their books from Psychic Awakening. I'm really happy with what they've got here. I think the guard really benefited a lot, especially if you're going like tank heavy. The ability to like put together those regiments that just really help you are awesome. The jury rig, I got how many wounds kept coming back on my guys at the beginning of my turns. I got a lot of wounds back on my vehicles because of jury rig, which was awesome. And then I got the Auspex scan. Those 5s to hit really made a big difference. I think I only killed Paladins maybe in Overwatch. I think that was like all I was able to kill was in Overwatch, which was pretty incredible with those 5s to hit. But yeah, a ton of fun and awesome to see him. And the Grey Knights, man, whoo, Nelly. I think if this had gone on for another couple rounds and you got lucky with the points, I think with the cards, I think this would have been yours. I think I would have been wiped. I mean, I've got very few guys left. I've got one like very under strength infantry squad left, and the Wyvern, which is already wounded, and then one company commander who's just like running for his life. So yeah, a tough road ahead, but I think I got enough damage off in the beginning there to get me the victory, which was pretty cool. So, but yes, an awesome time. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Andrew, and until next time, have fun.